Aloha, Sandra Razielli here in Central Maui on a very windy day in the sunflower fields. So these sunflower fields did not pop out of nowhere. They're actually being grown for the seeds for the oil that they can produce for biofuel. And they also have other benefits of reminding me about what it's like to stand with the wind and share with you a little practice, which builds on mountain pose. Now, if you haven't seen my other videos like Don't Stand Like a Banana or heard me talk about mountain pose, when we stand, a good alignment is to have your lower ribs, your hip points, and your pubic bone in line with each other, vertical axis to the ground, and standing on your heels. So that's the beginning stages of mountain pose. But then you can play with it, and especially in the wind, how to be like a sunflower. Notice that at least in the middle of the sunflower, it's still pretty upright, even with the wind. I know the top is coming forward. We don't want to have our heads come that far forward. Hopefully they won't be so heavy. But the center of the body stays stable as the wind comes from behind. So the challenge is to maintain that as you lean forward. The wind comes behind, and that requires some activity in the belly. So right now, I'm using my lower belly quite strongly to help me lean forward to kind of go in the direction of the wind. And then I might shift and go backwards. And what's interesting, I find, it uses a little bit different area in my belly. I feel it a little bit lower. And you can go back and forth. Whoo, the wind. I actually have to use my belly so the wind just doesn't blow me over anyways. It's really windy here today. Going back is a little harder. But I invite you to play around with that. Find mountain pose. Imagine you're in the wind, or find some windy spot where you go in different directions and you'll wind up having to engage different parts of the belly. Now going forward at a diagonal, going back at a diagonal, keeping the feet, especially the heels, the base of the toes, on the ground while you go into these different diagonals. You can imagine the wind is coming at different directions. And then of course you can do a little more fluid movements of circles. So if you ever find yourself hanging out with sunflowers, something you can do, but you don't have to be among the sunflowers to enjoy this experience, as a nice way to practice the stability in the center by engagement, awareness, grounding down to lift up, finding that alignment, and maybe that will bring a little more radiance into your life. Thank you for watching. You can see more at raziyoga.com. Aloha.